This is Mike Sits, Whiskey Victor Victor Steve, sometimes known as Enthusiastic Steve. But this morning it's a little bit of a damp Sunday morning. It's 23rd of February, and we've come up to the top of Portsdown Hill. It's a very grey, bleak morning. Try and deploy a 4-metre Viper antenna. It's a 5/8 over quarter wave. Technically it's a 7/8 wave with a 5/8 wave transmitting element. And we're going to try and set up on a tripod and join in the local 9-metre net, which starts in approximately 25 minutes. So I better get a move on. Okay, 10 minutes gone past. Lost my cap a few times in the wind up here. But this is what we've got so far. We've got a fishing pole, approximately. At the moment, we'll get it up in the air shortly. Fishing pole, approximately about 18 feet long, 18 feet long. Tripod with a bag, rucksack full of house bricks to try and anchor it down. So next stage, put it up on the pole, connect the coax, get out the radio. So the antenna's up on the pole now. You can see it actually just behind me there. Tripod weighted down nicely, tipping, that's good. The aerial's flexing nicely, that's pretty good. And that's it, that's a 4-metre Viper antenna deployed and ready to go. Just to get out the radio. Okay, we're now back in the car, thank goodness, out of that awful weather that's out there this morning. We've deployed the antenna, as already shown. It's taken a bit of a battering. It's been up on 2 legs on the tripod already, but I've managed to support it against the front wheel of the car, and with the house bricks on it, probably it shouldn't go anywhere. So hoping the wind's going to recede a little bit. It's about 35-40 mile an hour gust up here at the moment. Not brilliant. Nice to be in the car in a minute. It's actually getting quite chilly out there and a bit of wind chill. The radio is a ascom 550. It's one of the Rats adjusted ones. Very nice little bit of radio, that works a treat. Got it wired up with some cable into a 12-volt battery. Got a 12-volt supply from a battery in the boot coming through to it, and antenna cable going out through the passenger window. So it's now 20 to 9. Didn't take too long at all to get it all up. Hopefully it all stays up. Just got to wait now for the net to start at 9 o'clock. Wish me luck.
About 5 by 6, so conditions are reasonably good today. Name is Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, and the QTH is White Hill, Northeast Hampshire. Between Farnham and Petersfield, QSL?
Yeah, Roger, all copy. Well, thank you very much for coming back. So I'll put you down as my first contact with this new antenna. I did try it at home the other day, but I did try it at a much lower. I've got a Stereo 5/8 wave as a home base antenna, which works fairly well. And I did test this antenna in my back garden the other day, about 10 feet lower, and it wasn't performing at all, not even to my local contacts. So at least I know it works. Now it must be 40-50 miles as the crow flies probably. I know I've got the height here, but and I'm only using 10 watts, so happy with that. But the 5/8 wave does put out a nice low level of propagation angle wise. So thank you very much indeed for coming back. I don't know if you're aware that, say, they're a little bit later this morning at 9 o'clock, there is a net on 325 spread around the south coast here, and probably you may be able to pick up some of the other stations. Back to you.
Yeah, fully aware of that, but 9 times out of 10 I normally don't hear anybody apart from the stations which are a little bit closer. But normally the antenna is about 30 foot high, but with all these high winds we've been having, I've lowered it down so stop it bending and doing silly things, but there you go. Okay, I'll wish you 73, and I will monitor 70.325 after 9 o'clock and see if I can hear anybody. Anyway, 73, and have a good morning.
Yeah, Roger, thank you very much indeed. Could you just, before you go, just repeat your call sign? I did get it, but I didn't get it written down in time, and my memory's like a sieve. This is M6 Whiskey Victor Victor. Go and clear after that. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, it's Mike Zero Echo Uniform Yankee. Mike Zero Echo Uniform Yankee QSL.
Yeah, Mike Zero Echo Uniform Yankee. Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Okay, well, I've got it written down now. It's I'm trying to say juggle things around in my car at the moment. I'm not that well organised, as you can tell. Anyway, all the very best to you. Thanks so much for coming back. It's made my day. That's a good contact distance already. So more than happy with the purchase of this antenna. It's a Viper 4 metre. It's only like a flower pot design antenna, but it does work a lot better than the quarter wave I had on my car last week. All the very best. This is Mike 6 Whiskey Victor Victor. Now go and clear.
Yeah, 7-3. Have a good day.
So, first contact on the ascom using the 4 metre Viper antenna all the way to Farnborough, 40-50 miles, absolutely fantastic. Now to wait for the net. It's about 1 minute to 9. I'm just waiting for the net to start. The radio is all tuned and ready to go. And just been out to check the antenna. The antenna is still taking a beating, 35-40 mile an hour gust out there now. The antenna needs some more weight. I've learned it's a learning. Every day's a learning day. I need some more weight into the tripod to try and keep it stable. I've currently got 2 legs of the tripod against the car tyre, which is helping it to maintain stability. It's gone over. So, as if on cue, the antenna went absolutely flying then. The wind really gusted up then, took it over, crashed it down to the ground. Threw my rucksack with the bricks into a big nearest puddle, so I've just waded through that and got that out. Yeah, I'll see how long it stays up. Hopefully, I'm looking at it now out the window, it's given a good old shake. So I'm just waiting for this wind to recede. It's meant to be clear and free, but currently doesn't show any sign of that. Never mind. Right, just got to wait now for the net to start. I'm just checking the should be on now, but I'm not hearing anything just yet. There we go.
Right. X-ray uniform X-ray G3 XUX.
Here we go.
Listening for you.
9 o'clock net.
6 OVN.
Mike Sits Whiskey Victor Victor portable. And that's Ted G3 XUX down in Wickham. He runs the net, and you normally get a good dozen or so people on here at the moment, but small, it sounds like just Glenn from Fair Oak and myself, but we'll see how it goes.
Very good. G3 XUX.
G3XUX. Good morning to you, Ted. This is Steve, M6 Whiskey Victor Victor portable. Sat atop Portsdown Hill, back up on the hill as I was last week. Last week I was using a quarter wave whip on top of a mag mount on top of the car. This week I'm trialling one of the new, one of those 4 metre Viper antennas. It's like a flower pot design. They advertise it as a 5/8 wave over a quarter wave antenna, end-fed. And I've got up on a fiberglass pole at the moment outside the car on a tripod. If I go off air quickly, that's because the antenna's blown over. It's already blown over once. I've got a big pile of house bricks and a rucksack holding it down, but on top of the hill this morning it's gusting 35, 40 plus mile an hour winds, and the odd one's a little bit stronger and it's taken the mast over. I've been out the car ready to put it back up just before the net started, and it's wobbling around at that moment. I've got it wedged against the car tyre to try and support it. So if I do momentarily disappear, that's the reason why, and I'll jump out the car, put the aerial back up, and I'll come back in the next round. But this is Mike Sits Whiskey Victor Victor. Back to you, Ted. G3 XUX.
Okay, Steve. Wow, yes, very good. I can imagine it's breezy up there. I'm looking at my eucalyptus indicator here. It's not my tree, but it's my indicator.
Lots of cows outside.
Yes, it's about signal strength 7 on the eucalyptus scale. So, but it's not raining. That's the main thing, isn't it? So it'll dry the ground up a bit. This breeze. Until it rains again. Right, over to you, Glenn. I imagine you're sitting in centrally heated luxury.
Just hear a bit of Glenn,
like myself. M6
so he can hear himself on here in a minute. and we look at the cows.
It's over the end, yeah, till the central heating goes off for the day. Yes, good morning, Ted. Trust you're well. Yeah, not quite so bad here. Wind, it's waving around a bit, but not. But it was in the night. It was quite. Got some largish old trees over the back, and you could hear the wind whistling through those. Very close to that.
Tell you what, it's difficult. If you've got a microphone in your hand and you're recording, and you've got to make sure which one's recorded and which one you're talking into. Yeah, it's a bit challenging for the old brain. But we'll have a little listen for a while. I'll turn this off now, and I'll come back on, play a little, record a little bit more in a minute. See you in a minute, guys.
How are you getting Peter there on his bicycle? M6
Peter on a bicycle.
portable G3XUX.
Okay, this is Mike Sitz, Whiskey Victor Victor. Steve, hello Peter, good morning to you, G0OROJ. I believe you're bicycle mobile. You're a brave man in this weather, I tell you. And not only the weather, but the hills. I hope it's electrically assisted bicycle. Yeah, but there you go. Good luck to you. It's been a few years since I've been out on a bicycle and especially climbed any hills. I try to avoid them as much as possible. But I can't give you a signal report as such because I don't have a signal meter on this ascom radio I'm using. But you are coming through loud and clear here. I'm on top of Portsdown Hill. So probably you're not, a little bit of distance, but if you St Catherine's, I presume St Catherine's Hill on the Isle of Wight, if my geography is correct. But a lovely clear signal, and good luck to you. You're doing really well. This is Mike Sitz, Whiskey Victor Victor. Back to you, Pete, G0ROJ.
Whiskey Victor Victor, you are 5 and 8 with me, Steve. Lovely signal, almost fully quietening. As is Glyn, I cannot understand why Glyn can't hear me. So there we go. Perhaps we need a receive preamp in this set there.
A little bit crackly now, signal's dropped a little bit.
Christchurch.
Christchurch.
Christchurch, which is next on the border with Bournemouth. The north end of Christchurch. I don't know if you know the area.
Good copy of Christchurch.
See the Priory Church.
It's probably about 30 miles to the west from my location, so pretty good. Copy that.
Quite well from here. Running a little Lux and 5 watts.
Just watching the antenna, it's wobbling a bit.
Helical whip on the back of the carrier of the bike. It is an electric bike. I've had it a while and I've now dedicated it because I've got quite a heavy battery on the carrier, 2 panniers on and a top bag with a lot of equipment.
Cows have gone.
On the front I've got a bag with an 818 which is tuned into a 77 frequency at the moment.
But you see the antenna there wobbling around a bit.
And obviously this little Watson is clipped onto the side of the bag and I'm using a little hand microphone with it there. So that's the situation, and it is windy. It is windy, a little bit chilly, but not too bad. I probably can stick it for a while. Okay, I'll put it back to you quickly then, and then put it back to Ted, see if anybody else is about. M6 WVV, this is Germany 0, Romeo Oscar Juliet stroke bicycle mobile.
Yeah, G0ROJ, Mike Sitz, Whiskey Victor Victor, static mobile, sat in my car though on a hill. So I've got a little bit more protection than yourself, but it's not the best of days so far. Yeah, got all that loud and clear there, Peter. St Catherine's Hill, Christchurch. That's not a bad copy. I mean, I say we're Christchurch to here, it's got to be 25, 30 odd plus miles away in a straight line. And from where I'm situated on the hill, the brow hill goes up from here anyway, so my signal must be going over the top of that towards Christchurch Way. So all the very best to you. I'll pass it back round to Ted, G3XUX to take.
Yes, okay, well done you two. Steve and Peter have established contact, as you possibly gathered there, Glenn. Very good.
There we go again. So let's see. I think it's my turn again.
St Catherine's Hill, Winchester, got mentioned on the radio.
Glenn's been talking about the amount of St Catherine's Hills there are. So there's one in the Isle of Wight, there's one at Christchurch, and there's one in Winchester. Bicycle Mobile is at Christchurch, and Glenn was saying he was at the Winchester one this week, but they've built a cafe at the bottom, so it gets very popular, and the car park's a bit tight, so not the best place to go play radio, because they, especially during half-term holidays, gets really busy. Edwin's been on 2E0LLD. He's just popped in and said hello. He's gone again. I was going to say hello to him this morning, but he's already gone. And I believe there's an Ian coming up. Here we go.
WVV portable G3XUX.
G3XUX. Morning again, Ted. Yeah, it's I'm still surviving. The antenna's not blown over again since the last communication. Good here. I'm hearing everybody. Edwin was loud and clear, and so is Ian. Now, just correct me. I think it's Ian M0KUV. This is Steve, Mike Sits, Whiskey Victor Victor. Last week, I believe you was up at Butser. Is that correct? I'm on Portsdown Hill at the moment. You're coming through loud and clear this morning. You said you're using a whip antenna or something. Have you just put the whip up on a pole? You say. Have you put any ground radials on that tour? Is it a quarter wave? Over to you, my M0KUV from Mike Sits, Whiskey Victor Victor.
YZY, Ted. M0KUV. No, I haven't put any radios on yet. I've got a clamp on it so that I can do that, and I might experiment with that at a later point. I do have...
Might need some radios to get his resistance down. It's working.
Device with 3 radio wires sticking out of it, which is designed to go on the bottom of a whip, so I might try that out as well. And see how I get on. But right at this precise moment, I've switched back to the white stick, so I'd be interested to know of the difference in signal strength. Sorry, I'm forgetting who to pass it back to now, so I'll pass it back to the chairman. Back over to Ted, G8XD.
So he's changed from the whip back to a white stick. White stick is stronger.
Ted, please, my head's in a muddle. M0KUV. Yes, all okay. Fine. Right, back to you, Steve. M6 WVV portable G3XUX.
Yeah, M6 WVV portable, taking it back. Yeah, Ian, it's interesting here. You are definitely stronger on the white stick as you are on now. A lot more, it's almost about fully quiet than where I am. The whip was a little bit noisier, but again, fully readable. I can't give you an exact signal report because my ascom radio doesn't have a signal meter, but from an audio perspective. But that's probably, if you're using a whip, I presume it's a quarter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Every day's a learning day for me. But if it's a quarter wave, it does rely on a ground plane to actually give you a good SWR and to work effectively. Whereas the co-linears are they're a little bit. They've got a loading coil in the bottom which brings the resistance down. So if it is a quarter wave whip, which will work perfectly well on top of a vehicle, it may need a little bit of ground plane to make it work effectively on a pole. But no reason why not, because quarter wave antenna is very good. That's what I was using last week, and so this week I'm using a 5/8 wave, and I've noticed a big difference between the 5/8 wave and the quarter wave so far. Just before the net started, I got a contact into Farnborough from up here on Portsdown Hill, so that's my furthest contact so far. Anyway, all very good there, Ian. So this is Mike Sits, Whiskey Victor Victor. I'll pass it back to you, Ian, M0KUV, for any comments.
Mike 6 Whiskey Victor Victor M0KUV. Okay, I've written down your call sign so I can get it right now.
I'm like me, terrible call signs.
I'll get Ted's right as well.
Got me scribblings going down here on a bit of paper, but
I take
still doesn't help
what
me.
You're saying. Right at this precise moment, I'm back on the white stick. Oh dear, my daughter's covered in red ink. I'm going to have to go and clean her in a minute, aren't I?
Oh well.
No, she's doing her nails. That's what she says. This is what happens.
He's going to have a busy day cleaning that up.
What was I saying? Yeah.
There's cows then. There's a couple of cows back there.
I might persevere with the white stick a bit, but it's a bit unfortunate that I can't get Glyn.
It's a shame they don't do a 5/8 over 5/8 collinear. I know it would be a bit of a beast, but it would be a fantastic antenna if someone was to make one.
As well, which I'm tempted to try out, and I'll see about the Yagi when it turns up. But as ever, my tinkering time very limited. I have been playing with the little nano VNA as well on the side, so that's been quite an interesting exercise. So there you go. So anyway, I'm hogging it, so I'll pass back to Ted, G8XUX M0KUV.
YZY, Ted. Yes, okay,
some more people joining the net, so I'll just pause it again. Just a quickie.
What you want to know is, well, there's no jury today, it's just me.
This is Rod in the Faraday shed down in Stubbornton.
Reports from the top. G3XUX, head up there with me, you're 5 and 9. G0ROJ stroke mobile Peter.
over in Christchurch was some not a sausage, I'm afraid.
It gives some good signal reports.
M6 Whiskey Victor Steve up in Portsdown Hill, naturally is a 5 and 9++. M0
Last week
KUV
I was
Ian,
a 5x5
was on his first call line
using
about 3
a
and 3,
quarter
very
wave whip.
scratchy indeed. Then he
So
moved up, I think
that's
he
gone from a
changed his
5x5
antenna
to a 5x9
to 4 and
using
4,
this 5/8
4 and
wave
4, which is
antenna.
he's
So
quite close to Blinn,
very
really.
good.
2E0
Big
Lima
improvement.
Lima Delta. Edwin and Titchfield was 5 and 9+++++, really big signal. M6 OVN Glyn in Ferrocab, aforementioned. Actually, Glyn, you were 4 and 4, and at one stage I thought you were 5 and 4. So I don't know whether it was some sort of what can you say? Some sort of
It's always
strange
interesting to
event
hear his
in my
report.
brain, but I
It
don't
gives a
know,
very
but,
fair
you were
report
at
each
5
week.
and 4, then a 4 and 4.
He says it as it is. If you're a poor signal, you get told. If it's a good signal, you get told. So you can't ask fairer than that.
Last, but definitely not least, the shed in the field up there. Another shed. G4YBO. Dave, you're 5 and 9, and good morning to you.
Just pause it again.
Yeah, and the cruise thing. Yeah, I just wondered how they spread
So we
it.
talked about the
but
cruise
an interesting
ships,
thing
so-
that's come up recently, I heard the Chinese have now decided the incubation period is actually 27 days because they've had a case of someone that's taken 27 days. So
Talking about the
14 days is not very
coronavirus,
good.
which is
And I
in the
just
news
wondered how they
currently
spread it
this
in
time
a,
of year at the moment.
in the
So
closed environment
unfortunately,
of
the people have been.
or any vessel because
It's a fatal virus. It's going around. It's very contagious. Trying to confine it in China, but it has spread, and that's what they've been talking about this morning. It's one of the conversations. Right, I'll just pause it again. Right, I think I'll probably make this my last over now. Just about to come around again. They give me a chance to de-prep everything, wipe everything down, get the water off. But it's been very successful. So more than pleased so far with the results of this new antenna. It's just to repeat, it's the 4-metre Viper. Other versions are available online, but it's like a flower pot antenna. But massive improvement over the quarter wave, especially here on the hill. Right.
There we go.
Here we go. I think just last time there.
Time for you, Steve. M6 WVV portable G3XUX.
Mike sits Whiskey Victor portable with a slight pause there in case anybody called in, but nothing heard. And good morning to you, Howard. Good morning to you, Dave. And good morning to you, Rod. Down there, I believe, in the Faraday shed. And that always makes me smile. The reason being is I do some training for a certain organisation, and the training is called Faraday. So every time I hear that, it does make me chuckle a little bit. So all good. I hope everybody is well. You're all coming through loud and clear. So I'm on top of Portsdown. For those who've just joined recently, just to recap, I'm portable mobile on top of Portsdown Hill at the moment, and I'm testing this week the Viper 4-metre antenna. It's a 5/8 over quarter wave end fed. So it's basically a 7/8 wave in total, but it's a 5/8 element, which is the transmitting bit. And working compared to the quarter wave mag mount I was using last week, the report you gave me, Rod, last week you gave me a 5x5 with the little quarter wave mag mount on my car. This week it's a 5x9, so more than pleased with the improvement. And to say everybody's signals sound a lot stronger. I'm using the ascom radio, so I've got no signal meter, but everybody's coming through a lot clearer this week. And just like I was just saying before the net started, I had a contact as far into Farnborough, a gentleman there, and fully quietening. So I'm only using 10 watts on the system, so I'm more than pleased with that. I'm going to make this my last TED today, because I'm going to say, time I pack this lot up and I dry it all off, and I've got a few other things to get on with, unfortunately, this morning. But it's been a very good test for myself to try and set this portable system up. I've learnt a lot, because there are a few little things I need to improve on to make it a usable system regularly. But more than happy so far. I'm more than happy and content with the performance of this antenna, this Viper antenna. Other antennas do exist. There's other designs out there as well, but this one is I've bought this week. I'm very pleased indeed so far. So I wish you all well. Wish everybody on the net well. Thanks, gentlemen, for the reports and the conversations this morning. And I look forward to speaking to you all again, hopefully on another better day, not so blowy, wet, damp Portsdown Hill. So this is Mike Sits Whiskey Victor saying 73 to all. I will be closing after this. Back to you, Ted. G3XUX. All the very best. Thank you.
Yes, I'm okay, Steve. M6 WVV portable G3XUX. Yes, the Viper antenna has distinguished itself today. I think it's stood up to a fair amount of battering, a baptism of fire, or a wet thing. I don't know. I was intrigued by what tripod you're using. Is it a photographic tripod, or is it more of a speaker stand, public address type tripod there, Steve, before you go?
Yeah, M6 Whiskey Victor Victor Portable returning. It is more of a speaker type tripod there, Ted. It's a car boot special. I got it for £5 at a car boots sale last year. It's just a solid, pretty sturdy construction. As you know, if it's a speaker one, you know what it looks like. The legs spread out, probably 18 inches or so diameter across. And I've got it just, there is another little extension pole that comes with it. But this one stands about probably 2.5 feet, 2 foot above the ground. And my fiberglass pole just slips straight into the top of it. And I've got a rucksack with some house bricks, literally house bricks and a rucksack hanging on the bottom of it, just to give it some support and a bit of a kill, so it doesn't, though it has toppled over. So I need another house brick at least, but I'm not going to. Hopefully, it's not going to be as windy as this every day of the year when I'm deployed. So you know, that's what it is, a little speaker stand, and the fiberglass is a fishing pole, courtesy of a friend of mine who found it in his shed this week. I took the little circlip, the little circles off it, where normally the fishing line goes through, taped it all over, and again, absolutely fantastic. So total cost so far was, the antenna was £30, I already had a bit of extension coax, and the tripod was a £5, so basically less than £40, including the Velcro strips that hold it all together. A good deployable antenna. Mike 6 Whiskey Victor Victor Portable. Back to G3XUX.
Yeah, it's all okay, Steve. Yes, okay. So it's a fairly robust tripod, and keep your eyes open at rallies and car boot sales, because they do crop up. I've got, I don't use them for radio, but I've got some very, very heavy ones here. I have to troop them around the countryside from time to time for use as speaker stands, would you believe? But they're very, very heavy, and I can't imagine them blowing over. But of course, you know, a gust of wind from the wrong direction on a tripod, it could easily happen, I guess. Anyway, we'll speak soon. Good luck. And yes, a nice economic installation you have there. Over to you, Peter. G0RA.
Hey, that's it. So, more than please. Well, if you've been watching this and you watched the whole 27 minutes, well done. Congratulations. Thank you very much indeed. It's just a non-edited, let's call it a blog, shall we? My first deployment on 4 meters. So, absolutely fantastic. This is Mike 6 Whiskey Victor Victor. Steve, also sometimes known as Enthusiastic Steve. And I must have been enthusiastic to come out in these conditions today. So, all the very best.